A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. Iraqis began casting ballots on Tuesday in a pivotal parliamentary election, aiming to elect a new 329-member legislature. As the clock ticked towards the 6 p.m., 15 o'clock GMT, closing time, state television broadcasted the event, highlighting the significance of this election amid a backdrop of political disillusionment and a growing young electorate. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, seeking a second term, faces a challenging landscape where many voters perceive the election process as a mere tool for established parties to carve up the nation's oil wealth. Forecasts suggest that while Sudani's bloc may secure the most seats, it will likely fall short of a majority, leading to protracted negotiations among Shiite, Sunni, and Kurdish parties to form a government and select a prime minister. This scenario reflects a broader trend of declining voter turnout in Iraq, where many citizens have lost faith in a political system that has historically favored powerful parties with armed loyalists. Voter dissatisfaction is palpable, with rampant corruption, inadequate public services, and high unemployment fueling public discontent. In the 2021 elections, turnout plummeted to a record low of 41%, and analysts predict an even lower participation rate this year. This decline is attributed to widespread disillusionment and a boycott led by influential Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, who commands a significant voter base. Despite the presence of numerous young candidates eager to reshape the political landscape, the entrenched patronage networks pose a formidable challenge. Former Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi aptly noted, "This election will not depend on popularity. It will depend on spending money," underscoring the pervasive influence of financial power in Iraq's electoral politics. Political analyst Ahmed Yunus expressed skepticism about the potential for meaningful change, suggesting that the elections may merely reaffirm the status quo. As Iraq navigates this complex electoral landscape, the next government will be tasked with balancing the competing influences of the US and Iran while managing various armed factions aligned more closely with Tehran than with the state. The recent geopolitical tensions, particularly surrounding the Gaza war, further complicate Iraq's political climate, with US pressure mounting for the Iraqi government to rein in Iranian-backed militias. The stakes are high as the newly elected officials will need to address pressing domestic issues and restore public trust amid fears of unrest similar to the mass protests witnessed in 2019 and 2020. Since the inception of the electoral process in Iraq in 2005, following the US invasion that ousted Saddam Hussein, the political landscape has been marred by sectarian violence and deep-rooted divisions. While sectarianism has diminished among younger generations, it remains a defining feature of the political system, which allocates power among various ethnic and religious groups. On the ground, the atmosphere surrounding the elections is tense. With 8,703 polling stations open across the country, security measures have been heightened, particularly in areas like Sadr City, a stronghold of the Sadrist movement. Reports from polling stations indicate a lack of enthusiasm, with low turnout observed in the early hours of voting. Only 21.4 million out of 32 million eligible voters updated their information and obtained voter cards, a significant drop from previous elections. The Sadrist movement's boycott has left a noticeable impact on voter participation. In Sadr City, where security forces were deployed in full force, polling stations were eerily quiet, with reports of fewer than 60 voters casting their ballots at a station meant for over 3,300. Voters like 54-year-old Sabi Dakal expressed a mix of hope and frustration, acknowledging the Sadrist boycott's effect on turnout while still believing in the potential for positive change through new leadership. As the election unfolds, the implications of the results extend beyond mere numbers. With potential legal challenges looming over the election date, which some officials deem unconstitutional, the path forward for Iraq remains uncertain. The culmination of these elections may either pave the way for a renewed political landscape or reinforce the existing order, leaving many Iraqis questioning the efficacy of their democratic process. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.